I've got some insane investments that can help you double your coins on FIFA 22, but before we jump into that, I need to show you the easiest way for you to get some coins. If you guys are looking for the cheapest and most reliable coins on the market, make sure to head over to utnice.com and use code CHIEF for 6% off at checkout. Now let's go ahead and jump right into this video. All right, boys, so jumping into these investments, we got a lot of different things to hit on today. So we're just going to get right into it and start throwing out cards that you guys should invest in. So the first thing we're going to be looking at here is a lot of gold rare cards, specifically like 82 and up fodder. That's going to be really, really good. So I want to start with high chemistry 83 rated cards right now. These are a no-brainer investment. They're some of the lowest we've seen them in months, so you got to get in on these right now. So the first cards we're going to be looking at here are some of the regulars, which is going to start with three of these Chelsea cards. We got Kovacic here, we're going to look at Mount, and we're going to look at Azpilicueta. As you can see, these cards are literally approaching their discard price. Kovacic is down at 1,000 coins, which is literally like the cheapest he ever goes. Kind of insane that he's this low right now, especially with all the SBC content I would expect us to start getting. So make sure you get in on him. The next one we're going to look at here is going to be Mason Mount, another Chelsea 83 player. He's a little bit more expensive. It looks like he's coming in around like 14, 1500, even 1300. These cards for 1500 or less is a great price. The fact that Kovacic is down at 1,000 coins is just ridiculous. So toss him in the club. And then the last Chelsea card we're looking at here is going to be Cesar Azpilicueta. Anytime you can get him 1500 or less is a great buy. So we'll go ahead, pick him up, throw him in the club. So next cards we're going to be looking at here. I got a list here that I'm trying to run you guys through real quick. Next one we're going to look at is Joel Matip here. This guy is down at 1,000 coins, which is nuts. He always hits 2,000 coins with the right SBC. Now, the one thing a lot of people ask is like, oh, when I see these cards, they're this cheap. I know I should buy, but when do I sell? It's essentially just whenever we get an SBC that makes these guys shoot up in price, that is when you sell. It's as basic as that. So just make sure you're checking the prices of these cards, and I'll always post in the Discord when to sell. Next one we have here is going to be Mourinho. A little bit of a riskier one as he is a more expensive 83. But anytime this guy's like 2,000 coins or less is a steal. He always goes like 3.4, 3.5K with really high chem SBCs, especially formations that have like center mids in it. So he's a great one there. And then the last 83 we'll hit here, because I want to move on to something else, is going to be Asenio here. Now, as a keeper and just being like a Spanish generic keeper, he seems like he wouldn't be one that goes crazy in price, but this guy goes up like crazy whenever we get good high chem SBCs, so he is a must. That is going to wrap it up for our 83s. Next one we're going to move on to is our 82s here. Now, a lot of the 82s are looking at very good prices as well here. So first one we're going to jump into, I got two of my favorite ones here. So the first one is going to be Pulisic here. Pulisic is currently selling for just about discard price. As you can see, he's like 700 coins right now, which is just ridiculous that he's this cheap. So he is a must buy, that Christian Pulisic card. And then the next one here is going to be another Prem outside midfielder winger player. It's going to be Leon Bailey. This is one that I feel like a lot of people don't know about. He does really, really well. And you can see he's down at like discard price as well, which makes him a great buy. Now, a lot of our like other 82s are sort of up in price at the moment. Another card you could look to go into, he's not at a perfect price, but still doable, is going to be Dumfries here. I like Dumfries whenever he's like 1,200 or less here. Footpin says he's about 1,300, so he's not a bad buy here at all. So I'm a fan of that Dumfries card as well. Looks like I've already got him in the club too. Now the next thing I want to look at here is just the Footpin cheapest by rating page, and every single piece of fodder on this game is dirt cheap. 84s, 85s, 86s, they're all on the floor. And I think it's the time to just load up on these. The reason for that being is last year during Team of the Season, we started getting like 85 plus times 5 packs, especially towards the back end of Team of the Season, which is when all the fodder started going up. So I like Tielemans as an 84. I'm just going to run through one of each rating just because there's no reason to show you everyone. So 84s, for example, Tielemans is a good one. 85s, I really like Thiago Silva here. I think he's also going to be a really good buy. Oh, that's just Thiago. We want Thiago Silva as an 85 here. This guy's really good as well. He's currently, oh, give me that one for 3.8K. Oh, come on now. He's about 4.5K, Footpin says. Yeah, a lot there at 4.5K. So he's a really good buy. On to the 86s. What do I love here? Parejo's not a bad shout. What is my favorite of this list? Rodri's not a bad shout. I'd probably say Parejo was the move. These guys are super, super cheap. Again, you could pick up any of these. These are really cheap. Now, these aren't going to have as good of a rate of investment as like the 82s and 83s, but these should still do very, very well whenever we get SBCs that make these cards go up. And then moving on to like 87s and stuff, I try to stay away from goalkeepers in general. Someone you could go for is like Ruben Diaz. He's down at like 12K. He would be a great buy as well. So boom, Ruben Diaz, go ahead, buy him, toss him in the club. There's a lot of good buys right now. My favorites are probably the 83 rated cards, and then some of the 82s like Bailey and Pulisic are no-brainers. But that's where we're at with investments right now, boys. Get in on these at these good prices. Sell when the SBCs come that make them rise. But guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next video.